I am your host, JP, and today we have a very special event for you guys. We have 11 artists all submitting their music and getting reviewed by our judges for an opportunity to move on to our championship round and compete for our $50,000 cash prize. Artists who get two passes from three of our judges will move on to our championship round to compete for our grand prize. So let's introduce our judges one at a time. Um, Starting off with Rockwilder, he is a Grammy-winning producer for Jay-Z, Redman, Destiny's Child, Missy Elliott, and many, many more. Rock, how's it going, man?
Everything's good,
As you know,
man. Everything's
yep, I hear you.
yeah.
As you know, we always have a question for our judges. My question for you is, a lot of artists nowadays they are working with producers from a distance. They might start working with a producer and they might not ever be with them in a studio, but they're still building a relationship, online and through social media. But I wanted to ask you, um, from all your experience, so why, for your opinion on art, if artists should still get in the studio, and physically work on things, and why do you think that is important?
I think, man. I don't know how sessions get accomplished with the sending the track and everything. I do feel that there's some type of disconnect, although I can't I can't um, I can't speak directly on it because I don't I'm pretty sure a lot of successful producers have had that situation where they send the tracks out and try to get accepted. One of the main places of that is all of these websites that have tracks that are available. That people come on Jalil Beats with um, Bobby Shmurda. It's one of the most biggest records today that nobody's in the room with each other. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
but I do say that even still, that the vibe with people being in the room, I still think is one of the best synergies to have. I've been blessed to be a part of that part of the industry, and I could tell you that my experience with that has been splendid with Christina, with Mary, with Eminem, with Dr. Dre, with 50 Cent, Exhibit, Redman, Method Man, Little Kim, you know, uh, uh, Missy Elliott, Pink, like every organized confusion to Big Pun, historical moments with Left Eye. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never trade that for anything. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's still the greatest energy. I can see if I did some songs with Drake, I would love to be in the studio with Drake. You know what I'm saying? Because it seemed like he has such a dope mind. You kind of get more done with that thing too. People like Beyonce, you mess around in the studio with her, you end up doing her whole album just off the vibe. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of benefits to it. But although a lot of people have had their tracks successfully, delivered another way, I still think that the studio vibe is the best vibe.
absolutely. Well said. Thank you, Rock, for joining us today. Always a pleasure. Our next judge on today's lineup, he is Vice President of A&R Motown Capitol Record. He goes by Sean Barron. Sean, thanks for joining us today.
What's going on?
What's going on? My question for you today, kind of to follow up on the question that I asked Rockwilder, since you work with a lot of artists and producers, bringing them together, putting sessions together, and things like that. But my question for you is, for these newer artists, do you think it's important for them to get in the studio, or do you think it doesn't really matter nowadays because of the technology and all those types of things?
Yeah, it still for sure creates synergy between artists. Especially if y'all two like new artists on the come up. Putting y'all together in the room like that could create magic, and y'all can help lift each other's careers up at the same time. So yeah, people should definitely get in and create those bonds in the industry. And when your friend blows up, then he'll bring you to the top with him.
Absolutely. Well said. Thank you, Sean, for joining us today. And our next judge on today's lineup, he's an A&R director at Atlantic Records. You guys know him as Knowledge. Knowledge, how's it going, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good, good. My question for you today is, How do these artists, in your opinion, what's the best way for these artists to get on an A&R's radar?
Best way to get on A&R's radar is really just focus on making the best music you can, and growing your fan base and building your identity as an artist. You know what I'm saying? So when I say that, I mean basically like obviously focusing on the music, meaning making sure that your beat selection is where it needs to be, making sure your songwriting is good, the hooks are hitting the way they're supposed to be. The song sounds cohesive. You're really talking about something in your music. It's true to your identity as far as who you are, where you're from, the experiences you had growing up, those type of things. And then knowing who your fan base is. So like when you know who your fan base is, you're able to like market your music to them, instead of just making a bunch of different music for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to figure out who your core audience is going to be. And then really just focusing on the presentation, you know what I'm saying? Meaning making sure the videos are good quality, making sure they're, telling the story of the song, making sure your brand is on point as far as just what you wear and how you wear it and just things like that, and your look, making sure you have that stuff together. And then focusing on your performances as well. Like those are the things that you really need to focus on. And then when you focus on those things, then they are where they need to be. Then the A&Rs are going to find you. So, don't focus on finding us. Like we'll find you when the time is right. You just got to be focusing on what you're supposed to be doing.
Absolutely. Well said. Thank you, Nadia, for joining us today. We're going to kick it off to our next artist. They go by J.Didy, and we have them here in the Zoom. So just give me 1 second while we bring them in. And Jay, how's it going?
What's going on, brother?
So tell us where you're from.
Brooklyn, New York, the Williamsburg area specifically.
Okay, that's what's up. So we got your song here, It's Fine. Tell us a little bit about your song. What's it about?
This is a song I wrote, and I wrote it for my kids. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to let them know, regardless of what they want to do, that I believe and their mother believes that they can achieve whatever they put their minds to. It's a song for my children.
All right, sounds good. Before we get into it, give us a quick shout out to your social media.
Yo, follow me on the gram, J_DIDY_ and the number 1. I mean, right. and Google me, J.Didy. The dot is very important. You don't want P. Diddy to pop up. J.Didy.
All right, sounds good. We're going to get right into your song. Just give me 1 second while we load it up.
All right.
It's just different.
It's fine if you believe that you can fly. I know you can achieve it. It's fine if you believe that you can fly. I know you can achieve it. It's fine if you believe that you can fly. I know you can achieve it. It's fine if you believe that you can fly. I know you can achieve it.
You fill us with joy, you fill us with hope, provided us fight when I'm back on the ropes. Your smile make us feel like $1 million all the time we was broke. I want you to tell me that you can fly. Don't tell me you won't. You are kings and queens and don't you forget it. Don't let nobody tell you different. Love is like a spell. You did it in the words of carousel. We spin it as long as we together. We win it, we can make it through whatever. God will let me survive the stormy weather. Hustling, you supposed to find the treasure. I hit it, yeah, I did it.
It's fine if you believe that you can fly. I know you can achieve it. It's fine if you believe that you can fly. I know you can achieve it. It's fine if you believe that you can fly. I know you can achieve it. It's fine if you believe that you can fly. I know you can achieve it.
Whatever endeavor endeavors you have, whether swimming and cheering and dance. Just know me and your mother are fans. When you look, we'll be right in the stands, looking proud as a mother and dad. Nothing compares to the love that we have. Anything within your reach you could grab. Normally hate to repeat shit, but you are kings and queens, and don't you forget it. Don't let nobody tell you different. Love is like a spell. You did it in the world's a carousel. We spin it as long as we together. We win it, we can make it through whatever. God willing, we survive the stormy weather. High ceiling, you supposed to find the treasure. I hit it, yeah, I did it.
It's fine if you believe that you can fly. I know you can achieve it. It's fine if you believe that you can fly. I know you can achieve it.
It's fine if you believe that you can fly. I know you can achieve it. It's fine if you believe that you can fly. I know you can achieve it. It's fine if you believe that you can fly. I know you can achieve it. It's fine if you believe that you can fly. I know you can achieve it. It's fine if you believe that you can fly. I know you can achieve it. It's fine if you believe that you can fly. I know you can achieve it. It's fine if you believe that you can fly. I know you can achieve it. It's fine if you believe that you can fly. I know you can achieve it.
All right, that was J.Didy with his song "It's Fine." Let's kick it off to our judges, see what they thought about it. Up first, he's a Grammy Award-winning producer. Rock, what did you think about J.Didy and his song? Let's move on to our next judge, Sean Barron. Sean, what did you think?
I'm
there he
here.
goes. All right.
The message, come on, about your daughter, you can't go wrong about that. It's like I even want you to perform on stage at the event. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need more songs like that, man. It was a great message, man. Really great message. The mix, though, and the vocal mix was just really like, I don't know if you had any studio equipment that you could really went and got that message through on, but we needed some auto-tune on the vocals. We needed, some stronger levels on the background. We just needed a lot more with that. The song didn't pull through with the message, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird. The message is such a great message, man. But the mix was not good. It just wasn't good. I like the flow. Just off the message, man. We need more messages like that. I came from out of message, man. So I'm gonna give it a pass. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it a pass.
All right, that's what's up. Congrats. You got a pass there from Rockwilder. So, got your first pass from one of our judges. Let's kick it off to our next judge. And Sean Barron, what do you think about J.Didy and his song?
Hey, yeah, the message was great. I liked how you conveyed your message, but the mix was very poor. I would tell you to almost go back and re-record that at a proper studio with a proper engineer and get a proper mix on that. I'm gonna give you a pass now, but you gotta get that right.
There you have it. Thank you, Sean. That is your second pass here from Sean Barron. Let's kick it off to our last judge, Knowledge. See if you got the clean sweep. Knowledge, what did you think about J.Didy and his song?
Yeah, I agree with the other judges as far as the message being important. I didn't think, the mix was off as well. I didn't think the song was that great as well either. I think he did a good job of conveying the message, like they keep saying, but just the overall song itself wasn't great. It didn't feel like it was necessarily made for commercial consumption as much as it felt like it was a song that he made for his family, for them to enjoy as far, and made the video for them. But it didn't really feel like something that you would necessarily see on Spotify and listen to over and over again. So I would have said no pass though.
All right, there you have it. Thank you, Knowledge. Unfortunately, that was a no.
But I would say, go to a studio and mix that record. Like, go to a studio, get the levels right and everything, because it's a dope song. Put it on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's not. The mix was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So just upgrade the vocals to where we hit levels, we hit good levels. Put some auto tune on it. The message is there, so you got to worry about the message. Do the message. But there's song levels that need to be up. You know what I'm saying? So just bring it up to, just go to the studio and just bring the song up to a song. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't a bad song, it just, the mix was off. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I appreciate that.
You know, Thriller by Michael Jackson, the first mix, they denied it. You know what I'm saying? You know, they turned down the first mix of Thriller. We talking about Billie Jean, Thriller, The Girl Is Mine, PYT, they turned it down because of the mix. All they had to do was turn things up, and then the whole album got approved, and they sold 40 million copies. So just go and do the song. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Well said. Thank you, Rock. You got 2 passes there from 3 of our judges. They got to work on that mix. I agree with them as well. I thought the song would be on a totally different level if the mix was better. But you still got 2 passes, so just make sure to work on those things before you move on to the next round. And make sure to check out the prize email after the event.
Give me the ball, yeah, shoot. I'm in the zone, can't lose. I want it all, can't choose. I am too tall, yeah, views. I don't belong here. Like a fat bitch in a lawn chair. They send you straight to the poor bed, cause niggas be sipping on cough. Yeah, I'm from the land of the lost. Ain't no construction, but hammers go off. Our solar system implanted it all. Acting like I ain't a product of God. Like I ain't been here lining my stars. My nigga, I said a pick, take a charge. Long as this shit benefiting the squad. Integrity all up in my facade. I'm in the big leagues.